All right, is imposter syndrome keeping you from really stepping up and leading your Facebook group? By the end of this video, I'm going to show you 7 gentle, fun, and powerful tips to be able to step up and lead your community to greatness. For more super simple and easy to implement business building advice, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell so you're alerted with new videos every Monday and Thursday. I have taught hundreds of first-time entrepreneurs how to step into their leadership and build communities of champions and cheerleaders, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Number 1 is to get to know your community members with having a get to know you call. Now, odds are, if you're in the first few years of your business, you probably have a pretty small audience and you're not super overrun with business just yet. So you probably have a lot more time to spend really digging in and getting to know your audience and getting to know your market. If you haven't already, I recommend that you go watch the first video in this series that talks about how to use your Facebook group strategically to build your business. And you'll understand the importance of knowing your market and how to use your Facebook group to get to know what your market's all about. This is an opportunity for you to go even deeper into building those relationships with your community members and stepping into your own leadership by having that call and getting some face time with the people who you want to directly be connecting with. The other great thing with these get to know you calls is they count as an RGA. Now, if you're new around here, RGA simply means a revenue generating activity. And I'll let you in on a little secret. I am all about the RGA. I talk a lot about how for first-time entrepreneurs, it's easy to get caught up in the busy work of building a business, but that busy work doesn't actually move your business forward or bring in new customers or clients. Those are what we need to do with the RGAs. I'm going to post a link down in the comments to my free training. It's called the 4 Business Building Basics Every New Entrepreneur Needs to Know, and I take you through my 4 fast and free RGAs so that you can learn exactly what it takes to build a business and the steps to go out and start connecting with the right people. Now, back to our point number 1 here. You're not only getting to do those RGAs, the activities that will grow your business, but it's also allowing you to really step into that community leader by getting to know and build a relationship with the members of your community. Number 2 is to create interactive online workshops and tag members to personally invite them. So I know that a lot of folks, when we get started in a business, we like to do a lot of public speaking and workshops, whether we're doing our own or going and doing them in other communities. It is a really smart way to build your business and also to build your reputation as an expert and somebody who's really good at what they do. But it's not enough just to put a workshop out there. You have to get people to actually attend and engage and interact with you. So when you create workshops, make sure that you are tagging people who you think would be interested, or you're tagging new members so that they know what exists, because a lot of times when people are new, they're not in the rhythm yet of the kind of content and the frequency of that content you put out there. The other thing is send a personal invitation. You can send them an email. You can send it through your newsletter list. You can reach out and connect with them in a DM on Facebook. Whatever feels right and feels most appropriate in the situation, I would do that personal outreach and say, hey, I'm doing this workshop. I would love for you to attend, or I think this is something that will be really beneficial for you. And again, if you've been doing step number 1 and having these calls and getting to know your members, you're going to know, first of all, what kind of content to create and then who to be tagging in these workshops. And speaking of tagging, that brings us to number 3, and that is tag. One of the reasons that I recommend that people use Facebook groups is because of the ability to tag other members in content or in introductions and things like that. And I do recommend that you do, put content in and tag people that you think it would relate to. Ask a question to get engagement or feedback. And again, tag people whose opinions you want to know. I recommend that you put relatable things up. And we talked about that in video number 2, where we talked about how to increase engagement. And I talked about bring more you into the group. So go ahead and post something relatable that is personable, that can be funny or meaningful, or is a piece of your heart and soul that you want to share, and tag people that you think it will resonate with. You also want to make sure that you're referring any business or any connections as well. All of that requires tagging. Tagging is your best friend. Tag away. By the way, that is also how you teach people to interact with your group. A lot of times when someone joins a group, it can be a bit confusing because there can be a lot of rules. In some groups you can do things, in other groups you can't. And so if you want to get engagement while also creating a sense of safety and what's okay. When you tag people and you get them interacting, it lets them know that it's safe to interact with the content, it's safe to interact with other members, and before you know it, you will have to tag a lot less because people will be used to interacting, and when new members come on and they see other people interacting, they'll get the feel of it, and you'll see how it starts to build itself. So all of this tagging that you're doing in the beginning and all of this outreach and personal invitations, you will see you have to do less and less than that as the group goes because you're laying the foundations for how the group interacts with itself, and it starts to do it on its own. Speaking of interacting with other members of the group, Facebook groups are a great way to connect with like-minded people and build friendships and connections that will last a lifetime. I would love for you to comment below and tell me if you've ever met a really great friend from a Facebook group that you're a part of. Another way that you can tap into your confidence and step up and lead is number 4, make people feel seen, heard, and appreciated. One of the most important rules for me in my group and in my business is to make people feel freaking amazing about themselves. I like to make sure that whether I'm doing a workshop or a get to know you call or even just interacting in a thread on Facebook, that I am always being aware of giving space for people to express, to be heard, to be seen, and support them in whatever way I can so that they feel really awesome by the time my interaction is done. And that is a great way for you to approach your Facebook groups and approach the members in your community and think about how you can make people feel amazing, how you can give them the space to be seen and heard and valued, and how you can celebrate what's going on in their lives with them. And oh yes, speaking of celebrating, let's talk about number 5, and that is to cross-pollinate in your group. When I talk about cross-pollinating, I'm talking about celebrating those wins. Let your people share what's going on, but you also go and share it. If you have seen that one of your members has something cool going on, you can absolutely share it in the group and give them a shout out. Connect members to each other. This is one of the best things you can do as a leader, is be that super connector and connect other members to each other if you think that they really need to know each other or they'll benefit from having each other in their lives. The other thing is be that cheerleader. You know, if people reach out to you and say, hey, can I post this thing? Don't just go yes. Absolutely, I would love you to. You know what? I also think that you should tag this person and this person because I think they'll really relate to it. Or, oh wow, you're doing this really cool thing. I think you should reach out to so-and-so because I think that they could be a neat person for you to collaborate with. Whatever the members in your group are excited about, want to promote, want to talk about, cheerlead that, champion that, and think about how else you can connect them or extend that reach. Cross-pollinating is about thinking outside just how this group benefits me and thinking about how I can also help benefit the people in this group. And that feels flippin' amazing. And it's also going to create a group that people cannot wait to tell others about. Number 6 is to experiment. Here's the thing with the groups. There are no real rules when you're doing a Facebook group. I mean, let's be honest. There's no real rules when you're building a business. I mean, there's things that work and there's things that don't. There are laws you have to follow, obviously. But when it comes to having fun in your group, really, I say experiment. Try new things. See what works and see what doesn't. Try doing workshops. How does that go off? Do a GIF off and have everyone share their favorite GIF. Is that fun for engagement? Create a poll. Do a Facebook Live. Interview other members. Try doing different things and see what feels good. You will get to know your family, your group, as you play with it. And so don't be afraid to try new things. And I always say to try things at least 3 times, because sometimes the first time the execution may not go off as well as we wanted. Maybe we need to get better at marketing it or promoting it. Maybe it was the wrong timing. So I always say try something new at least 3 times to see if it has any legs, if it gets any traction. And if it doesn't, it's okay. Throw it out the window. Everybody will forget about it anyways. Try something different. But I do really recommend that you just take the pressure off to be perfect and think that you have to pre-plan out your entire group and instead start experimenting, having fun, playing, see what people resonate with, do more of that, see what falls flat, don't do that anymore, and just have at her and have a good time with your new group. And that leads us to number 7, which is to trust your gut, not your self-doubt. Listen, when you are standing up and you are leading, you are going to get hit with that imposter syndrome and self-doubt. It's going to keep you awake at night. It's going to make you second guess everything. It's going to stop you from showing up and bringing your true, authentic voice. It's just going to happen. So learn how to be aware of that, to tune into it, and then to move past it so that you can instead learn to trust your instincts and your guts. and really get in there and create the magic in your community that you envision. Create this wonderful, fabulous experience for the members, but also remember to be strategic in what you're doing so that it also still feeds into growing your business. The more that you get to know your members, the more that you experiment and play with fun content, and the more engagement and cross-pollinating you do, you're going to get a feel. You're going to know what your group innately needs, what it wants, and I want you to just get out there, play with it, trust your gut, and have fun. As I said, this is video 3 in a 3-part series. If you haven't yet already, go and watch the other 2 videos where I talk about why you need a Facebook group and how to increase engagement in 3 simple steps. Now that you're on your way to creating a thriving and fun Facebook group, how do you turn members into new clients and customers? Head on down to the comments and I want you to check out my 4 business building basics every new entrepreneur needs to know. And I'm going to teach you what to do to get new business out of all the hard work you're doing in your community. If you want even more support and free training, come join my Facebook group, the Rad Connectors Community, where you're going to meet tons of great first-time entrepreneurs for new business BFFs, and you're going to get oodles of resources and training and support to help you along your entrepreneurial journey, both inside and out. I got 2 more videos I think you're going to love. The first one is part 1 of this 3-part series on why you need a Facebook group. The next one is how to become a networking rock star, both online and in real life. If you love this video, remember to hit like, subscribe to my channel, and share with your business bestie. And until next time, friends, I will see you online. Happy connecting.